Why vote for local officials? City Council Edition. Let's start with the basics on city council elections. In Pinellas County, there are 24 incorporated municipalities, all of which are governed by elected officials. These elections are called municipal elections, and they are all nonpartisan. In nonpartisan elections, all of the candidates are listed on the ballot without identifying or involving any political parties. There is no Republican, Democrat, or Green listed next to their names. Officials are elected in staggered terms to prevent a gap in consistent governing, so you may not see yours up for election every time you vote. What is the role of city council? City councils, or city commissions, terms which can be used interchangeably, generally consist of council members and a mayor. The council governs the incorporated geographic area that makes up the city. Unincorporated areas outside of city limits are governed by the county directly. You can check out our County Commissioner edition in this series to learn more about that. All of our cities have their own charters. The charter is the governing document for the city, similar to how the U.S. Constitution is the governing document for the country. Check out a list of all the cities in Pinellas County governed by councils or commissions. Each of these municipalities were created individually, as opposed to by order of the state. Each municipality, therefore, has a unique government and city council requirements and duties. These are written in the charter, like we discussed earlier. You can find your city charter on the city government's website. For example, if you want to understand what your city council can do in the city of St. Petersburg, you can read it on the city's charter page. But to save us all time, I'll go into a few highlights since we're focused on St. Pete here. In St. Pete, the charter says there are 8 council members, one elected from each of the 8 election districts of the city. City council members are elected to serve 4-term years and are limited to 2 full successive terms in office. The powers of the city council are primarily legislative powers to create city laws and policies. These are called ordinances. Their duties include the management of city libraries, roads, planning and codes, neighborhood plans, city policy, parks and recreation, sanitation, fire and rescue, stormwater, and traffic. Pretty much any topic that isn't reserved or restricted by the federal, state, or county government, the city can control. This is because Florida has what is called the home rule, where cities are generally allowed to govern themselves except for certain exceptions. If you want to know exactly what your city plans are, each city is also required to have a long-term comprehensive plan that outlines its intended initiatives. Generally, you can find this on your city's website or request a copy from the city directly. After all of that explanation on what the city council does, why should you vote for your city council member? If you live in a city, you're going to have the majority of the things affecting your everyday life governed by your city council. The effect of city council's decisions plays out in every little day life things, from what neighborhood gets a crosswalk to the economic development of the entire municipality. But how can or will you know who to vote for? Who will have the best interests of your local needs? The League publishes a nonpartisan voter guide. It's called Vote 411, which has an in-depth candidate information. Each candidate will answer questions that will help you get to know them and what they are about in your municipality. So, what happens after they are voted in? Does your power end at the ballot box? Your power does not end at the ballot box, and it's important to keep holding your city council members accountable. You can call or email your city council member to share your opinion. City councils also conduct regular meetings that are open to the public. The public is generally allowed to make public comment that will go on official record. Public comments can make significant impacts at city council meetings and have the power to influence decisions, as these people are not only your representatives, but they're also your neighbors. And for some municipalities, the powers are even greater for residents. The city of St. Pete, for example, gives voters the power to call a referendum vote to repeal ordinances. If 10% of the voters in the city sign a petition to repeal an ordinance, the question will go on the ballot for the city voters to decide. You can get to know your city by visiting the link below. Like this video and want to learn more? Follow the League for more information about why it's important to vote local.